one. Hello, everybody. I'm a little bit late. I'm sorry about that. Main reason is I got frazzled and had a lot to do, and then ended up just getting into things at the last minute. But I made a new special banner that has Dark Souls bosses on it, and and Solaire. I was about to say and Artorias, like he isn't a boss. He is a boss. He's the boss. But but no. Yeah, but I have Sif and Artorias on here along with Solaire, mainly because we're going to be talking Dark Souls bosses today. We are just chatting now, and we are going to just see what everybody is up to while we talk about what bosses we want in Nightreign when it comes out. There's 100. Yeah, there's 129 bosses that have yet to be confirmed for Nightreign that span across Demon Souls to Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and then also Bloodborne. Because there's no telling if they could add Bloodborne bosses too, so I decided to throw those on the list too, and we're just going to see. We're going to talk about how likely we think they are, and if we want them to be added specifically. So we have a tier list here of ones that are already confirmed. The already confirmed ones are the Duke's Tier Phrasia, the Nameless King, and the Centipede Demon. All three of those have been confirmed for Nightreign. But after that, we have bosses we want to be added. Ones that the next tier is we want them, but with changes. Ones that make sense, like ones that we don't necessarily want, but it makes sense that they would add it due to popularity or just because like they have a pensitiveness for, whatever I'm trying to say. Andrew, I'm sure you probably know what I'm trying to say.
Penchant.
But yeah, they have that for adding those bosses into things like, like Patches, for instance. Patches has been in everything. But
Ornstein.
yeah, exactly, and Ornstein. So, then we also have the not likely ones. And then after that, just ones that we definitely do not want. Like, under any circumstances, do we want those bosses to be in Nightreign? Because it would just be a tragedy and a half. So, without further ado, we're going to go down the list. We're starting with Dark Souls. And so, among the Dark Souls bosses, I put them in order according to the Fetch Life website, Andrew. So that means they're all in ABC order per game because that's how they do it. So the first one, as you can probably tell, if you can, because I know you're seeing it through the like shared screen thing. The first one, I'm sure you can probably tell, is the Asylum Demon. So where are you sitting on that one?
Where am I sitting on the Asylum Demon?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, personally, I think it makes sense only because it was kind of in like there were like two of them in like Demon Souls, and then they brought it back for Dark Souls, and then there was also in Dark Souls 3. So it's like it makes sense, but it's not one I want personally.
I don't really care for it too much being in there, but like it could be if they wanted something big and bulky with like a lot of shockwaves. It could even
Yeah.
be one of like the minor bosses.
Okay.
So I can put it in kind of likely.
Like okay, so like makes sense or like kind of likely there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so first one makes sense because it does make sense. I mean, like I said, it's been what I mean. It was in the original Dark Souls. They had like a variant of it in. Well, I guess not really a variant of it, but like I guess Dark Souls took the variant, but it like kind of appeared in Demon Souls, and then in Dark Souls it appeared twice, and then they also added it to Dark Souls 3. So I mean, it makes sense to
Oh,
me.
it's model, but yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you got like the Stray Demon, the Asylum Demon, the Fire Demon.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. But okay, so next up is the Bell Gargoyle fight. I personally
Not
kind of want
likely
it,
for me.
but I would like for it to be changed. Only because I think it would be a good gank fight if they were to do kind of like the Bell Gargoyle and the Gargoyle Belfries,
We could put it there. I mean, I just don't see it likely being there because I feel like if they're going to do gargoyle fights, they're going to be the ones from Elden Ring.
Ooh, you know what? I forgot about that. I
So
forgot
I feel like
about
those,
those.
if they have gargoyles, they'll be those ones. So I'm saying not likely, but if you feel differently, you can put it there.
No, I'm kind of feeling you on that. Like, I'm kind of feeling the whole not likely thing. Only because you just made me think about that. I I honestly was not thinking at all about the Elden Ring ones. So, I mean, considering the Elden Ring gargoyles exist, you know what, I have to agree with you. I don't think it's likely. Like, so I will move that there. Okay, next up, Capper Demon. I don't think it's likely personally, because
No, I don't think it's likely.
yeah, I mean, I think that's safe to say, because I mean, Capper
If
Demon was a
anything,
boss that turned into a normal enemy.
I was gonna say, if anything, I would see it return as a normal enemy.
Yeah, I don't see it being a boss. But okay, Ceaseless Discharge. What do you feel about it?
I want him in there because I want him to have redemption. I want him
Okay.
in an arena where you can't just smack his arm and make him fall and insta kill him.
You know what? That's how I'm feeling about it. Is like I want him, but I only want him if he has like a big change to him, like something that's like a major, like a major fight change where it's like big arena and you have to attack his legs to like knock him down. You know.
What's the from two? The one in like the lava arena. Was that the smelter one?
That's the old Iron King.
The old Iron Kings?
The one that's
I mean,
like
he could.
half submerged in lava.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
old Iron
Like
King.
he could be in. It could be an arena like that. I don't think it's likely, but I would like to see him in there. But I don't think it's likely.
So you want him, but with changes.
I mean, yeah, I'd
Okay.
say changes.
Because
Make
like,
him,
you know,
not an insta kill thing.
yeah, that or not a you just sit there and attack his arm while being hidden behind rocks.
Yeah,
But okay. Next up, Quaylog. Chaos Witch Quayleg. I
I
personally
don't see
like
it.
this fight.
I like it too, but I just don't see it.
I mean, they brought back Duke's Dear Freya, and I'm feeling like if the Duke's Dear Freya is in it, then they probably wouldn't do Quaylog just because that's two like spider bosses.
Well, that and also in Dark Souls 3, all the spider girls are kind of like, decrepit and like petrified and not really there.
Yeah,
So for
I
me,
get
I'm
you.
just saying not likely.
I agree with you on that. Like I agree with you, but for a different reason. I just don't think it's likely because they already have a spider. I don't think they're gonna do two spider bosses, even though she is different. I think they that with Freya being in there, it's not likely to have two.
I get you.
Now, crossbreed Priscilla, I'm immediately gonna say I want her in this. Like I want her to be added, but like I don't necessarily know if I want changes. I want her added, but like I just want like the change really to just be that like her invisibility is better because like so many people could kill her like super fast in Dark Souls.
So you want her, but not in a snowy arena.
Yeah, just like I want her, but like in an arena that's more suited for her. So I guess that's like want but changes. Like, how do you feel about it?
I like her. I mean, she's more like one of your like favorite bosses, so I'll divert to you on this one.
Okay.
I'll go with whatever you want. I mean, I like her as a fight. It's just like I said,
I just
I'll just let
like
you go for that one.
I just like her in general as like with the invisibility thing, and I feel like she never really lived up to her potential. But I'm gonna put into want but with changes. Cause like I definitely want a change of arena for her. Now, what do you think about Gwendolyn?
I like Gwendolyn, but I don't see where he would be in unless you like change his fight tactics. I don't see how he would be done.
Yeah, I don't like. I personally don't see how they could do it without, because like the original fight's him in a room, and then he keeps like expanding the room and going backwards.
Yeah, it's like he keeps
Like
extending the hallway.
the only way I could see it is if he just teleports to a new location, but then I feel like it would make the fight too easy. Because like most of the arenas are pretty small, except for the final boss arena. Like you never played the network test, but like in the network test, the final boss arena was like massive. It was Radon's arena, so like
Okay.
it was absolutely massive. So like him in that arena would be pretty cool because like he could teleport around
And
that arena. But if he's
and
not
they
in that, then the arenas would be too small.
yeah, and they'd have to give him the move set he was using in the Dark Souls 3 fight when he was being eaten by Aldrich.
Yeah,
So like I said, I would say not likely, but
yeah.
unless you got something
I
else
don't think
for it.
it's likely. I really don't think it's likely that he would be in it. Okay, Demon Fire Sage. I
Not likely.
see. I think
Honestly, you could put it in Don't Come Back. I don't care. I don't really care
yeah.
about that fight, honestly.
Like I agree with you. I was gonna say like for me, I really could care less if I see him again or not. I've never I never cared for that fight, and so yeah, I'll just put like no, just no. Now we talked about this one already. Like the Four Kings, like I want to see them return. Like I want
I want
that so bad.
yeah, I want it, but all four of them, or five, depending on how slow you are, at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want all four of them at the same time. Make it that gank fight where it's like, oh, we have three people against four enemies at once. I think that would be great. So I'm glad we're on the same page on that. But how do you feel about the gaping dragon?
I would love to see it.
See, that's how I'm feeling. Like, I'd love to see it redone because Dark Souls, while I love the game, I feel like it didn't do something like the gaping dragon justice. So, like, if he just comes back and he's like bigger and he can move faster, I'd be totally down for it. But I'll just put in one to be added, I guess. Then
Yeah.
I already know that you definitely want Sif.
Yes. You could put Sif. I mean, I know you can't put them in two different ones, but you might as well do Artorias too because I want them both, but I
Yeah,
also want them together. That's the
like
only change I want. I want them together.
I know we talked about that, and I definitely I definitely want the same thing. Like I want both of them together because it would be so cool. My only question for you, like I'm gonna put them both right now into want both changes. Now, my question for you is: would you be totally down for fighting Artorias in his prime, not broken arm Artorias, just Artorias, just ready to
Yeah.
go?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming Sif's there. He's full form.
Yeah.
I want Artorias and Sif together. Even if they're not together, I just want them in there.
The only
I
thing that
don't
would
care.
bother me in the fight is if Sif has a sword. Just because as part of Sif's fight, Sif uses Artorias' sword.
Well, Sif can still have a sword. It's just you can just give her another sword.
Nah, I just wouldn't want her to have a sword because like she uses Artorias' sword. So like let Artorias have the sword, let Sif be the backup. I'd
I
totally be
want them
down
both
for
to
it.
have. Me personally, I want them both to have swords.
Okay, I can see it.
it makes it more chaotic with they're both flipping around and doing that stuff.
I mean, I
And
think
they
it'd be
both have a
chaotic
sword.
either way, but you know.
Eh,
Okay, what about Gwyn? I personally don't think it's likely, but
which version?
just the one from Dark Souls, the Gwyn Lord of Cinder, like final boss Gwyn.
Well, I didn't know if you're talking about Dark Souls 3 Phase 2 final boss.
No, no,
Um,
Dark Souls one, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. I feel like it's not likely just because of him just not really being that great of a boss in general. Everyone thought he was lackluster at the end, you know?
I mean, he is really lackluster, but since he's like a main thing, I feel like it's likely he'll be in there, but I feel like they might make changes to him. Make him like more aggressive.
Oh, okay.
Make it not like so like somber, like a sad fight. They might make it more like an actual fight,
I get you. I mean, okay, that
is what
makes
I
sense.
think.
I'll just put it in the makes sense one then, because like it does make sense that they would add him then, like from your perspective, because like he is like a major boss, and he does appear, I guess, twice, because he does, yeah, appear in the original, and then he appears in three. I honestly didn't even think about him in three.
Yeah, because Phase 2 is his music plays, and it's
Yeah,
his move set, so it's obviously him.
yeah. Now, how do you feel about the Iron Golem?
I say don't come back, because if Tarkus isn't there, then I don't want him.
Okay. See, I personally don't care one way or the other. I say it's not likely, but I'm also willing to just say don't come back just because like
Yeah,
they have all those golems in Elden Ring. I feel like if they're gonna do a boss that's a
and they got the
golem, it's
giant.
gonna be those.
They got a giant. They got Yorm, and like they got enough of it. And like I said, if my boy Black Iron Tarkus ain't there to 1v1 him, then
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, I get you. Okay, how you feeling about the Moonlight Butterfly?
No, not
No?
likely.
Just not likely? See, I feel like it's not likely either, just because
If anything, it'll be a
it's.
regular enemy.
See, that's kind of what I'm feeling, because it becomes a regular enemy later in Dark Souls. So, like. Because, like, that's, like, at the end of Dark Souls, that's when it becomes, like, a regular enemy. Like, before you hit Seath,
Yes,
right?
that's yeah. Seath's Castle. They're like all
Yeah.
over the place.
So, like, any enemy, I feel like, that becomes a normal. Like, any boss that becomes a normal enemy, I just kind of feel like is not likely. You know,
But
just
the Taurus
because.
Demon not there. I just thought about that. The Taurus Demon wasn't on the list, was it?
Oh, yeah, no, Taurus Demon's right there. It's just towards the
No.
end.
Okay. But yeah, that's another one. I feel like nah, that's gonna be like if anything, it'll be a normal enemy.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I know you were saying that you want Nito to come.
Grave Lord Nito, I want
Yeah.
him to, but I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know where he would go or what it would do, but I just want him. I
I
just want him
mean,
in there.
I personally want him too because I feel like it would be cool seeing his fight revamped. I'd love
Mm.
that, especially because they could do a whole gank fight of like him just having a ton of skeletons. So
I mean, yeah,
like,
you can just keep the same stuff, just like
yeah,
update his graphics and stuff. Like he's got his little minions and his spells. Yeah,
yeah.
I say go for it.
Update his graphics, make his moves like a little bit faster or something, and then like there you go. Because I always felt like he was a bit slow, but maybe that's just me. So for Ornstein and Smog, I just think it makes sense they're gonna add them. I don't necessarily
Yeah,
care if they add them. It's not like a fight that I really am like, oh my god, I want. But it makes sense to me.
I feel like they would do it. I feel like it's likely that they'll show up because it's like a huge favorite, and they've like done an iteration of it in every single game.
Yeah,
And like especially Ornstein's been in like every game somehow.
yeah.
with the Dragon Slayer armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the old Dragon Slayer or whatever in 2.
So
Like,
Ornstein and Smaug is
yeah.
definitely a likely category
Yeah, that
for
one
me.
just makes sense that they'll be there. Pinwheel, I'm just gonna say no. I just do not want
No,
Pinwheel.
no, he's the same with the other ones. If anything, he'll just become a regular enemy.
Yeah, like I feel like they'd have to do too much to his fight to actually make it good. So,
They would have to like make him giant and then
yeah.
have a bunch of smaller ones as ads in the fight,
Yeah.
and then add like three different attacks for which face or which mask is primary at the time.
Yeah.
It would have to be way too much done.
It would. Now, this is also one that I'm feeling like kind of no on, just Seath. Because just, I personally didn't care for the fight. Like, it's a nice fight, but I don't feel like there'd be a place they could realistically do it
I want to
without.
say no because for the same reason the Beta Chaos, when the Beta Chaos comes up, there's a mechanic where you have to destroy something to end the boss fight, and I just don't see them doing that. Where you have to destroy a crystal, or in the Beta Chaos things, you have to destroy the pods to hit the boss.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm good. Like, I don't think that it's just gonna be there. I mean, I'm just gonna put not likely. Like, it's not like a oh my god, I don't want it, but I really don't think it's likely because of just mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say not likely because it's not like I wouldn't be sad if I saw Seath. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be upset if I saw Seath. It's just I don't see a place for it. I don't see
yeah.
Seath in there. I don't see him in there.
Okay,
Do not.
the stray demons next. Which I mean, quite literally, that's just again the asylum demon.
Let's put it with the Asylum Demon, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just like that. Then that means it just makes sense. I mean, it does make sense that he would be in it because the asylum demon's probably going to be in it. You know?
They can just put all the demons in one fight. They can put the
Yeah.
Asylum, the Stray, and the Fire Demon in one fight.
And now we are at the Taurus demon. I don't feel like it's likely.
No,
Again, it's not
don't even
likely
bother.
because it's going to be like the same thing as the Capra demon. It's a normal enemy some point. That just means that it's not going to be a boss.
Yeah. Same with Pinwheel and Taurus, Capra, Moonlight Butterfly. It's all the same. If anything, they would be normal enemies.
And now
If anything.
we're a bed of chaos, and I'm assuming that you're just saying just
I already
no.
said my thing. I
Yeah.
already said my thing.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, do you just mean not likely, or do you just mean straight no? Like,
Same with Seath. It's like I wouldn't be upset if it was there. It's just I don't see a rhyme or a reason or where it would go. Not especially with like the
yeah,
closing ring mechanic. I don't see them doing something like you have to destroy the crystal or you have to
yeah.
like break these two pods open so you can hit the boss.
See, I'm saying just no. Like, I'm putting it in no just because, like, only because, like, I don't think it's likely, one, but also I just say no because, like, the primary mechanic for beating that boss is to go destroy those two pods. And it's difficult because you can't jump. That's like the main reason why it's difficult. If you add the capability of jumping, then that boss becomes trivialized. But also, I just feel like they'd have to do too much to that boss to make it good for Nightreign, you know?
Yeah, I guess I just don't see it. Like I said, it's the same thing with Seath. It's just I mean I wouldn't be upset, but I wouldn't really be like, oh wow.
You know,
I just don't see them being in there.
I get ya. There's a whole group of people that I've seen that are like on Reddit that are just like begging for the Bed of Chaos to come back, and I'm like,
Why?
why? Like literally, that's my thought. Is like, why do
Yeah,
you
'cause
want this?
like, oh, you can jump now. It's like, so you want a boss that isn't a challenge at all?
Yeah,
Like, okay.
like I was talking to my brother-in-law about it, and like we both kind of agreed the only way they could really make the boss fight great is if like they made it so that it could on the fly change like where it's attacking. So it's like, oh, if it's sweeping the ground and you jump, it has the capability to just swing up and like knock you out of the air. That way it can just deal with the jumping. But we already got Artorias on here. Now, Calamite. I know that you said you want Calamite.
I want Calamite. I want Calamite and Dark Eater Madeir at the same time.
You're just
Because
asking for.
fuck you.
You're just asking for death on that one.
Because fuck the player. I want Calamite. I want Calamite doubling your damage, and I want Dark Eater Madeir just fucking you up. That's what I want. I want them
Got it.
both at the
You
same
want
time.
you want just everyone to be able to be one shot.
You
Got
know
it.
what? No. Do 3v3. Dark Eater Madeir, Calamite, and Bale.
Oh, okay.
All three at once. 3v3. Let's do it.
But I mean, I'm with you though. Like, I want Calamite just as Calamite is though. Like, I don't care about him being changed. I just want Calamite as Calamite. Make him a little tougher, and like don't make him as clunky because he does kind of have like a clunkiness to him, like in the original Dark Souls. Like, make his fight just very smooth, and I'm all game. Same thing with the next one. I'm all for Manus coming back. Like, I actually want Manus to come back.
I can see Manus. I can definitely see Manus. Especially since Manus is more like a bestial thing, and Elden Ring did a lot of bestial
Yeah.
humanoid enemies.
Now, like, the question is, do you want him to come back, or do you think it just makes sense?
Um, a bit of both, because like
Okay.
they had the whole dark bestial humanoid with like Marakith. Is it Marakith? The death dude?
Malekith.
Beast Malekith, yeah, they have
Yeah.
Malekith, they have the beast clergymen, they have the whole the beast
Yeah.
race people. I think it just makes sense, but also I just really want him in there. So
Like,
I would say put him in either one. I'll leave it up to you
yeah.
for the final choice, but those are my two like ideas.
See, like, I'm all for it. Like, I really want to see Manus in there. I am all down for him just like fucking us up again. Now, last one on all of the Dark Souls on all of the Dark Souls 1 bosses, the Sanctuary Guardian. That's the last on the list. I am okay if that boss doesn't come back, just because I'm like, it feels more normal enemy to me in Elden Ring. But I'm not
I would say
against it
that.
being a boss. It just feels like a normal enemy in the context of Elden Ring.
I'll feel that.
So, like, I'm just gonna put probably not likely, but like, just because I feel like if they were to put that in, it would be like it's gonna be a normal enemy.
Yeah. Cause I mean like yeah, cause you can like fight multiple at the same time too, so it's like
Yeah.
I feel like it's just more normal enemy territory.
Now,
I mean it's not, but it feels like it could be.
now we are on to Dark Souls 2.
Hmm.
The first boss in this, and like, so for the Dark Souls 2 one, they did it weird. I don't know why, but it's not in ABC order, so it's gonna feel out of place. Like, it's gonna jump it through parts of the game, like, really drastically. But this one is technically the first boss in the game, the Last Giant.
No.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling about it.
I'm saying no.
I don't think he's likely, especially with them already having giants and golems in it. None of the giants are
Yeah.
likely to me. Like,
I feel like Yorm.
yeah, Yorm's the like only giant that I would say gets a pass.
And I want Yorm to be changed where it's not a gimmick fight.
Yeah, that's what I want. I don't
But
want Yorm
anyways,
to
back
be
to
a
Dark Souls
gimmick.
2.
Now, this next boss, I definitely want. And I mean, I want like, I don't even want changes to him. I want him to do exactly what he does, but just have it be in Nightreign, the Pursuer.
I want him to be in it, not as a boss fight, but to like kind of similar to I can't think of his name right now.
You thinking
Dude who
Margit?
stalks you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Margit. I wanted him to like take over Margit's, or even join Margit in the constant pursuing and evasion the whole time.
Yeah, that's like, see, that's what I want. I want him like, because the key thing about the pursuer is that he appears in random places in Dark Souls 2, like as you're progressing through the game. And that's what I want, is I want him to just appear in random places. But like, I'm not opposed to him being the boss. Like, because Margit, so like when Margit chases you, he technically becomes the boss of that night. And so like whenever you defeat him, the night just ends and you're on to the next day. That's how it works whenever he invades. So like, I'm not against the pursuer having that same thing where he is technically a boss, but like he just keeps appearing, and every time you leave an area, he disappears and then follows you to the next area and just reappears in the next area. And every time he reappears, he regains all of his health back. So that way you can't just like, oh, do a little bit of chip damage in each area, you know?
See, I don't want him to be a boss. I just, if anything, I want him to be a mini boss because there you fight multiple of them, and even sometimes you fight multiple of them at
Yeah,
the same time. So I want them just to be a constant pursuer,
I get
and
you.
like if they catch up to you, it's like a mini boss is what I would
Okay.
want them to be.
I'll put it in one, but
But
with changes, because technically, like, I kind of want him changed from what he normally does, but like, not by much.
all right, that's fine.
Because like, but like, I really want the pursuer. Just in general, I want to see his face. Like, I just want, I want to see that armor again, and I want to be pursued. You know.
Yeah, if feel desired, I get you.
I get you. Yeah. But this one is a hard no for me, and that's the Executioner's Chariot. I don't know how
I
you feel, but
I say no, but also like I see it as not likely either.
yeah.
'Cause I don't really see them doing a chariot fight
I don't see
or
him
like a
doing a
boss fight.
chariot fight, but I personally just don't want it. Because, like, I never really liked the fight because it's very gimmicky of like a whole, you have to keep running around the track until you can just destroy it and then you get to the boss fight.
I'm fine
So,
with no.
so it's like kind of annoying.
I'm fine with it being no.
See, I think we're on the same page when it comes to the next one too, of the Looking Glass Knight.
I say yes with changes.
Yes. I want him to just copy every player's current build.
Because it's a lot easier to do with him because there's
Yeah.
less characters and less like combinations of stuff. And I want him to exactly copy your character and I want him to have more moves too.
Yeah.
I want him to be able to send out multiple clones.
Oh yeah.
Like if you have like 3 players, I want him to do 3 clones. Perfect clones. And I say go for it. I say yes
Yeah.
with changes.
Yes. Like that is exactly how I'm feeling because I'm just like, I want him, and I want him to just be like, "Oh, hey, you're playing as Recluse, but like you have these spells and you have this armor and these buffs. Cool. Face yourself. Ooh,
Oh, you can
that'd
summon
be
lightning when you dodge. There we go.
yeah. Like literally, I want it like same buffs everything. So if like I have that dodge with lightning, make it so that my clone has that dodge with lightning. Ooh, that would
That's
be, he'd be like he would be so difficult with that, but I'd love it.
because like he's honestly pretty easy, and I feel like it's easier to make a clone with less characters and less like combinations of items and spells and stuff. So like they could definitely do a lot more with him,
Oh
make
yeah,
him
for
more of a
sure.
threat because he's just too slow and too easy to fight.
Yeah.
So I want him to like they can keep his speed and everything, just make him have more clones. Like make his clone stronger, make him have more abilities and stuff, so that way you can keep his slow speed if you want the slow speed.
Yeah.
It just makes it so he's not like a freaking punching bag.
No, I get you. I mean, that's how I'm feeling about him because he is way too easy. But okay, next up is the Skeleton Lords.
No,
Yeah, that's how I was feeling. Just
just no.
there are too many skeletons in Elden Ring, in my opinion. And I feel like if they're just gonna do a skeleton fight, it's gonna be just one of the Mariners, you know?
I feel like if they're going to do skeleton fight, they can do the Four Kings
Yeah, that too.
or or Gravelord Nito.
Exactly. Next up is the Flexile Sentry. Again, that one I'm just gonna say
No,
not likely or no, because it becomes a
I'm
normal
saying no.
enemy. Okay,
It's just yeah, it's the same with the other ones. It's just if anything, it'll just be a normal enemy.
exactly. How are you feeling about the Lost Sinner?
Mm,
I mean, I personally thought the fight was kind of cool, especially if you do it like fighting him in the dark. So like, I
I was gonna
think
say not likely.
like yeah, I don't think it's likely. I like the fight. I don't think it's likely they'll put it because it's Dark Souls 2 and I'm not just don't feel like Dark Souls 2 stuff is that likely. Like same thing here with the next one, the Belfry Gargoyles, I don't think they're likely.
No,
Like
they're not likely at all.
if they're gonna do a gargoyle fight, it's gonna be the other gargoyles from Dark Souls 1 or it's gonna be Elden Ring gargoyles. It's gonna be
I
one or
think
the
it's just
other.
gonna be Elden Ring ones.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's just gonna be the Elden Ring ones. I don't even think the Dark Souls ones gargoyles are gonna be in there.
Now, this one is so this next boss is one that actually does become a normal enemy, but I will say like I want them, but I want it with changes only because I want a lot of them at one time, and that is the Ruined Sentinels. Like the boss fight, the original boss fight is 3 at one time. And I feel like that boss fight is too easy, especially in Elden Ring. So like I personally would want it to be like when you reach the castle, how they become a normal enemy in the castle. I would want them. I'd want to fight like 6 or 7 of them at one time.
So a normal enemy.
Yeah, I mean it's a normal enemy. I don't think it's likely, but like
I'm gonna say
I
no,
do
but
kind of want it.
if you want to put it at not likely, you can. It's just I'm just gonna say no.
See, I'm putting it as not likely because I do kind of want it. Because like I'd love to see like a hey, we're fighting 6 or 7 of these things at one time kind of boss. So next one, I'm saying no personally, which is the Royal Rat Vanguard. I
No,
think that one's
I
just a
just don't.
no. They wouldn't do it.
No, I'm just gonna say no because I hate how annoying the fight is.
It's an annoying fight for sure, but I just don't think they're gonna do it because it was such a dumb fight. It was just literally run around and kill a bunch of rats until one with a mohawk appears. Now, the next one on that note is the Royal Rat Authority.
No,
Okay. See, like I'm feeling no on that one too because I don't like either of the rat fights.
I just don't want it.
Now, hear me out here. I'd like to see this one get redone, which is Scorpion Esnashka. I'd like to see her get redone.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog. But I mean, you want to see her? I mean, we could put her at not likely since you want to see her. But
I mean, I do want to see her, so that's where I'm gonna put her. I'm gonna slap her in not likely since we aren't 100% in agreement there. But I personally want her because I think it'd be cool to see her get updated and have like a different move set. You know, just because I think the idea of the boss is cool. I just don't think it was like properly implemented in 2. So, but we already know Duke Steer Freya is gonna be added. And the next one after that is Mytha, the Baneful Queen, which is the like scorpion, well, not scorpion, like the serpent lady. Like, I personally think that I just don't want it, but I thought it was kind of dumb fight. Really, the biggest gimmick
I
is like it's a poison ring.
I don't see it being likely that she'll be in there.
Okay,
That's
like
just me though.
so. Would you say not likely, or would you say just no?
I'm just gonna say not likely
Okay.
because they already got a lot of serpent stuff anyways.
Now, so for me, I think this one makes sense personally because like I think they could do it in Elden Ring. I think there's areas in Elden Ring that makes sense to put it as well. And like specifically like the ruined villages, I feel like one of those would make sense for it to be in, and that's the Rotten. Because I mean, he is like just a pile of corpses. So like I feel like it makes sense in some areas, and it would be cool to see him. You know?
Hmm. If I'm gonna have a pile of corpses, I would like Grave Lord Nito.
Yeah, but like,
Obviously, it's a bias for me,
but you know, he's
but
skeletons. But like, if you see like a bunch of burning corpses somewhere, I think of the Rotten before I think of Gravelord Nito because that's what the Rotten is a bunch of corpses in an arena of fire. You know?
what the question? Well, with that would be like, would they have a boss arena in a burning village?
See, I think that again, I think that makes sense that they would though, because the so like the map changes and like the map gets randomized every time you do it. And so there's different assets from across the entire Elden Ring campaign that are going to be used. And so if you think of like Kaled and you think of the area like the mountain outside of the Volcano Manor, there's villages that have just burning corpses. So like they could easily do a boss fight in one of those villages.
I'll just defer to you on this one. I mean, since you really seem to have a bias for him, I'll just
I
defer
do.
to you on this one.
Like I think he makes sense personally. Like I think he makes sense being like in the game as a boss. I think we're both kind of like in agreement that the old Dragon Slayer just makes sense because they're probably just gonna add him
I mean,
because
he's
he's
gonna
just
be in
Ornstein.
if Ornstein's in there, because it's gonna be Ornstein and
Yeah,
Smaug. So like, I feel like it's kind of just the same thing as Ornstein. I mean, because it is
yeah,
Ornstein, so I just feel like it just goes with. I would just put it with Ornstein and Smaug because it's pretty much just Ornstein.
exactly. Now, how do you feel about the covetous demon,
Mm.
the big wormy demon? I personally hated the fight. I didn't like it because I thought he was stupid. I thought it felt like kind of like fighting Jabba the Hutt, which is a reference you get now.
Yeah, I had to remember who Jabba was. I'm gonna say no
Yeah.
because if they're gonna do worm dudes, it's just probably gonna be the root worm dudes.
Oh yeah, for sure on that.
So I'm gonna say no, just
Now,
because you hate it.
I guess this one's a twice over. We can tackle both of them at one time. The Smelter Demon. I mean, there are two of them. There's the blue one and there's the red one. So we can tackle
I
both
mean, we could
right
do.
here.
Let's just do yes with a change and put them together.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like I want them. I'd like to see them both, but like I want to fight them both at one time. I think it'd just be kind of cool to see both the blue one and the red one at one time and have them use different moves instead of them being the exact same fight. Have one be like have one use like specific types of pyromancies and the other one use other types of pyromancies that are like that way they
You can
kind of have like a full round like rounded
The red
feel.
one could be pyromancies. The blue one could be dark pyromancies.
Yeah.
Black
So
flame and regular flame. There you
there you
go.
go. Yeah. Now, next up is the Old Iron King. That's the one that you were thinking of. That's like that demon that's like half submerged in lava. Like,
I say no because I want him to be ceaseless discharge.
okay. See, that's
Also, I
what
just
I
hate
want.
Dark Souls 2.
That's what I want, but I also personally really don't like the Old Iron King fight. Just like I find that fight stupid. Like I always get annoyed by that fight, mainly because the mechanics of it are stupid. And like I always find myself like falling into the lava or something because like I get caught on him or something and it's annoyed me. Now, next up is the Guardian Dragon. I feel like this is either a no or not likely just because there are so many dragons in Elden Ring. They're just going to use an Elden Ring dragon.
And also Calamite and Dark Intermediate just because I really want that to happen.
Yeah.
I know but I'm gonna say
But you
no.
know, any of them that are normal dragon bosses, like not like big badass dragons, but just like the normal like wyverns and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah, like I don't think that those are going to happen personally.
Well, we could put that at not likely because
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset if it was there.
Okay.
I just I would just say not likely.
Yeah, I really
If
don't
you
think it's
if you agree
likely
with that.
because they're gonna default to the Elden Ring dragons, you know? Like if they're gonna do normal dragons.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Now, next up is the Demon of Song.
No,
No?
just no.
Yeah, I don't like the frog fight. I always thought it was a weird boss, and I just personally don't like it.
If I want to beat up frogs, I'll just play Monster Hunter.
Yeah. So, next one, I actually would love to see him. I'd love to see him come back and actually matter, and that is Veldstadt. Because I thought the Veldstadt fight was actually pretty cool. Like, I don't know if you remember him or not, but
I am honestly blanking on Veldstat.
Veldstadt is the one that uses the dark miracles. You fight him down in the cave area where it's like a bunch of underground cemeteries and everything, and like you go into his arena and like he has the giant hammer that's a bell.
I'm going to defer to you on this one because I just honestly, obviously, do not care enough about this guy to even remember him.
I get
So
you.
I'll just defer to you on this one.
I
This
would
is all
like to.
you.
I would just like to see him come back and just have him be updated. I don't really want changes to him. I just want to see him updated. So like, I'm just gonna put one to be added because I think his fight's cool. Now, do you remember Vendrick? The
Bitch.
what?
The bitch.
Yeah, the boss that's
No.
not actually a boss. That is just
I
a
want to say
giant.
no.
Yeah, I say no to him too because really his fight just amounts to he's walking around basically the whole time. And you smack him in the legs. He never really had a move set that much, so I just don't like
He's
him.
like, it's the fire giant and didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how do you feel about the Dark Lurker? Hello?
It can come or go.
What?
It can come or go.
Okay. So what? You don't. What do you think? Just no on that? You don't want him there, or would you say he's just not likely?
I just honestly don't really care for him.
See,
I would just say not likely. It makes me think of Diablo every time I see it. If it's the angel
yeah,
dude, right?
yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
it just
angel dude that creates shadows of
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
He's like the original Pontiff Sullivan, but without the swords.
Yeah. I say stay in Diablo where he belongs, but
See, I
I
just
was gonna say
think
not likely.
See, I'm with that too. Like, I think he's not likely because, like, I wouldn't mind seeing him again because I think the mechanics cool of him having the like shadows and stuff like Pontiff Sullivan. But I feel like if you're gonna put him in, why not just do Pontiff Sullivan instead? Pontiff Sullivan's a better fight, you know. And they're like basically he's like the early version of Pontiff Sullivan, so it's just like it makes more sense for Sullivan to be in. Now, next ones can be lumped together too. This is, of course, the Dragon Rider, and then there's later on the Twin Dragon Riders. So overall, you end up fighting 3 Dragon Riders throughout the Dark Souls 2 campaign as
Just put it with
bosses.
Ornstein, like where it belongs.
Yeah.
Just put it with Ornstein because that's what it is.
Like, I think it makes sense that they would add him just because he is a pretty recognizable boss, but yeah.
It's just Ornstein, so might as well just go with Ornstein.
Now, this one is a not likely to me, that or a no. I don't really care where it goes. But the Prowling Magus and the Congregation, I personally did not like the fight. It's basically the pinwheel fight of Dark Souls 2.
I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah. Like, it's basically pinwheel in Dark Souls 2. Like, it's terrible. Now, next one up is the Giant Lord. Again, I think it's not likely
I'm gonna
or
say
no.
no.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say no. I don't know if it's obvious yet, but I obviously hate Dark Souls 2.
Well, I get that. I'm just trying to be like I'm trying to be fair too in terms of like
I'm trying to.
would
I'm
the
trying to be
fight
fair too. It's just
like my thought process is would the fight be cool if it was updated, you know? And like
I'm deferring. Yeah.
for the Giant Lord, I don't think it would be that cool if it was updated because let's be honest, the fights in Dark Souls 2 that are against giants are literally you walk around their feet and attack their feet. That is it. That is the whole fight. If you update
Yeah.
that, it's not going to suddenly make it better. It's just still going to be the same fight. And if you're going to do that, why not just use an Elden Ring enemy? Because there's already giants and golems in Elden Ring.
Yeah, for a lot of these Dark Souls 2 ones, I'm just going to defer to you because
I
I
get
obviously
you.
don't care enough about them. Or like, there's a few that I could
Well,
see would be okay,
how about
but
this one?
yeah.
You have this one right here, the Ancient Dragon, the massive dragon of Dark Souls 2.
It's a big ass dragon. I say go for it.
Okay. So, see, what do you say that you want it, or do you want it with changes, or do you think it just makes sense?
I want them, and I think it makes sense. Add
So,
all the giant dragons. Add them all.
so you just want the giant dragon. See, I'm for that too. I want the giant dragons too. I'm only iffy on that one just because he's just like a standard regular dragon, and Elden Ring has so many fucking dragons. Yeah,
I
Lancias and
say like
Asiax and Fire Axe and I don't know.
any axe, just anything with an axe in it.
Yeah,
But like, it could just be like a regular dragon. Like, I don't see them adding more. But hey, whatever.
yeah,
Honestly, the only dragons I actually give a shit about are Calamite and Dark Eater Madeir.
I get you.
Those are the only two. Well, we're doing Elden Ring stuff too, so also fail.
Yeah.
Those are the only dragons I give a shit, and
Well,
I want them 3v3.
I don't have Elden Ring on this list only like for this, just only because Elden Ring is so massive. There's like 130 bosses in just that game.
All
So
right, fine. Just note that I want Vale, Dark Eater
yeah,
Madeir, and Calamite together in one fight, 3v3.
I get you. Now, next one for Dark Souls 2, we are nearing the end of the Dark Souls 2 things.
Thank
We only
God.
have like 12 more bosses to go
Cool.
because it has like a million bosses. But next one is the Throne Watcher and the Throne Defender. The duel fight at the end of the campaign.
Mm,
I
it
mean,
being updated, maybe.
okay. See, like I do want it, but with just like I want it with changes personally, because like I think the fight's okay. Like I think the fight makes sense of one being an attacker and one being a defender. but I feel like they should add something more to it. You know.
I get you. I get you.
Now,
Like I said, this one, Dark Souls 2. I'm just referring to you.
how do you feel
What?
about Nishandra? That's like the last boss of Dark Souls 2 if you don't fight Aldia.
Honestly, I don't really remember her fight that much, so
Yeah, that's
yeah,
because
I just defer to you.
she's not very memorable of a boss.
My
Like
my care. Mm.
I'm personally just gonna put in not likely because like I don't see them adding her because of how unmemorable she is. Now, the last one in the main campaign is Aldia, the Scholar of the First Sin. I personally think he's just a giant blob that uses pyromancies. I mean, he's kind of stupid in my opinion. The first time I
Just say
ever
not
fought him, I
likely.
beat him, you know?
I would just say not likely.
Yeah. Like, I think the fight honestly isn't that memorable. Again, to me, he's just a blob that uses pyromancies. Now, next up here, we have uh Alana the Squalid Queen. I don't know if you remember this fight, but this is the fight where you have to like if I remember it correctly, it's the fight where you like drop down into the big arena down below and then you have to fight her and it's like a huge massive pain in the ass. But I need to look at her fight because honestly, I only played each one of the Elden Ring deal or not Elden Ring, each one of the fights in I did each one of the fights of blah Dark Souls 2 just like once basically or twice. So let me see. Nishandra or not Nishandra. Alana, the Squalid Queen. Oh, okay, never mind. I remember this fight. This is the lady that you fight that's in front of the giant mural on the wall or whatever. And all she
The
does
dark
is
magic
like
lady.
yeah, all she does is summon like skeletons during the fight and like she causes explosions, but like oh yeah, and she also summons Veldstad during the fight too. So like, okay, I remember her. I remember her now. I don't really care. I don't really care about her.
Like I said, for you, on most of these Dark Souls 2 ones, I'm just deferring to you.
I'm just gonna throw her
Because
in
my
now because
because my care for Dark Souls 2 is not there.
so do you remember Sin from Dark Souls 2? The
Yeah.
slumbering dragon? Does he also get added to your list of you want to see all of the boss like all of the major dragon bosses? Because if so, then there you go. He's another one of those big bad dragon bosses.
Mm, I
I
just
mean,
don't see. I just
what?
don't see it.
Oh, you don't see them adding Sin, but you see them adding Calamite? Jeez. I mean, what is Sin but just a remake of Calamite in Dark Souls 2? Because it kind of is the same fight.
I mean, I don't know.
See, for me, I'm just going to say no, or not likely, just because I don't see them actually caring enough to put Sin in. Mainly because, I mean, they already have better dragons to choose from. Calamite is a better dragon, and like on that note, the ancient dragon's even better, and so is Bale, and literally every other dragon's better. So
Puff the Magic Dragon's better.
Exactly. Now, how about the resident gank fight of Dark Souls 2? The Grave Robber, Varg, and Sarah. Personally, I'm all for
No.
that. I'm all for it just because gank fight in Elden Ring would just be fun. And there's already a gank fight, so I see them adding another gank fight.
Well, since you want that, and I'm saying no, we'll just meet in the middle and do not likely.
Okay.
Or if you want, like I said, I'm deferring to you on these Dark Souls 2 things. If you want it, put it in. You want it in there, we can put it in there.
See, I'd want it just like I'd want it with changes. Personally, that's what I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put I
Yeah.
want it, but with changes, because I don't want to see it the same. Just because this, like, I'd want them to make some tweaks to it. Now, how do you feel about the Fume Knight being in it? Because personally, I want the Fume Knight back.
I would put likely because a lot of people like the Fume Knight.
Yeah.
So I put likely.
Like, okay, well, I'll
See,
put it in
I'm
makes
being
sense
I'm being
because like
fair.
makes sense is like our likely one.
Yeah.
So
See, I'm being fair.
now
I'm allowing some through.
another boss that I actually did really like is Sir Alone. Alone. See, and I like him just because I like the whole one-on-one, hey, you fight him, and if you happen to not get hit, then he commits seppuku. Like, I just think that that's a fun thing. Like, I just think it's like a neat little like tidbit that they added that like kind of like makes the fight cooler. But I also just like that he's like basically like just a samurai.
Go for it.
And
Take me from
honestly,
the land of reeds.
like I think it's kind of likely too. Like I think it like kind of makes sense because it fits the, like you said, the land of reeds. And I also think that it kind of makes sense because it's a more one of those higher profile fights that like people remember, you know.
But what do you think? I don't know if anyone's watching.
I don't know. I don't know if they are or not. I can look. Ooh, wait, I can look.
Oh, you
Twitch
haven't been
stats.
paying attention?
We have one viewer right now. I don't know if that's you. Is that you?
No.
Oh, we have one viewer. Hi, viewer.
What do you
You can
think?
chat if you want. That's what we're trying to go for. Is we're just trying to chat with people and see what they want too. But now, the Burnt Ivory King. I don't know if you remember this fight or not. But this one's the one where you drop down and you fight like 4 enemies in a big ring, basically. In a big arena. And
I
it's
was gonna say
also known as like one of the most annoying bosses in all of Dark Souls 2.
they're all annoying. I was gonna say most likely because you want gang fights, so
See, I also say like fights like this are likely just because they're they're memorable. Like a lot of Dark Souls 2 bosses aren't memorable, but like that one I feel like is just like I feel like a lot of the DLC ones are memorable versus more so than the base game ones, you know. Now, the last two, I'm going to bundle these two together because I personally want them. I want them to be added, but I want the change to be that I want them together, kind of like how we wanted like Sif and Artorias together. And that is Ava the King's Pet and Ludden Zalin the King's Pets. Like technically it's 3 bosses because you fight one of them in one section and then in another one you fight 2 of them together. I would just want all 3 of them to just be together and have it just be one fight. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Especially because they turn invisible too.
well then put it where you want it, man.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in one but with changes because that's personally what how I feel. Like I want them. I want them with changes. No.
There we go.
I mean, you're telling me you wouldn't want to see like 3 tigers just fight 3 tigers in an arena, but they turn invisible. Like I think that'd be
I
cool.
mean, If I'm gonna fight invisible things, I would want Sister Freed and Half Breed Priscilla together.
Oh, I get you. I get you. But okay, we are on to Dark Souls 3. On to the third game in the series. Only have 2 more to go after this one. But for Dark Souls 3, we start off with Gundyr, the tutorial version, though, the Iodex Gundyr.
No. Champion, maybe. Champion,
Yeah.
maybe. Idex, no.
Yeah, I don't think Iodex makes any sense. I remember you already saying that you did not want this one, but Vort, are you still like a hard no on Vort?
The only way I would be okay with Vort being in there is if you make him a duo fight with the dancer. But even then, still be like, eh.
I get you, because that's how I kind of feel. Like I don't care for him. I didn't care for the fight. A lot of the fight is him just like running.
The
Now,
only way I'd be okay is, like I said, if he's with the dancer. That's the only way I would actually be like, all right with him being in there, because he's not fun. He's not challenging. It's just
yeah,
there.
I get you. Now the next one, the curse rotted Greatwood. I
I'm
just
gonna say not likely.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think it's likely just because based off of his size and arena style, I don't think he's really that likely. What about the Crystal Sage?
I think if you put both of them together and you like give them more moves, I could see it being in there.
What do you mean both? Oh yeah, because there's a second one later in the game. That's like a normal
Yeah, if you
enemy,
put
kind of.
both, if you put the twin sages together, then
Yeah. So
I
like,
mean they
I
both
can
have
see
like
that.
updated spells. I could see it.
So like,
I could put that yes with changes.
okay. Yeah, like I could definitely see that. Like if you do both of them together and still have both of them like create clones and stuff, like that could get chaotic and so much fun.
But if it's
That'd be
just
cool.
individual, if it's just by itself, then I'm gonna say no. But if you put both the twin sages together, then I would say yes, because like
Okay.
you can like even if you don't get them like the Elden Ring spells, like having them both create clones at the same time, I feel like that could get pretty messy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that would be chaotic and so much fun.
And if you really want to mess with it, have one clone or one twin's clones be the other clone's real color. So like you have the purple one and the blue one, and then the
Oh,
blue one
dude.
makes purple clones, and the yeah.
Oh, that would get so crazy. Now, what about the
But
Abyss
if they did
Watchers?
that, it'd be one at a time. Abyss Watchers, I like them. I just don't see them being in there.
See, I like them, but I also don't see. I don't think that they're likely either. Like, I think they'd be more likely to choose Artorias, and the Abyss Watchers would be delegated to being a normal enemy. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I feel like it would happen. It'd be like, oh, we want to put Artorias in. Oh, well, what do we do with the Abyss Watchers? Just make them a standard enemy that people can find in the map. There you go.
There's another reason I don't see them is because like there's already like a bunch of soldiers and troops, like the Halig Tree Knights, the
Yeah.
uh freaking all the like the freaking Kaled Knights and the
No, I feel you.
Lilliputian Knights. It's just I don't see them being in there.
Oh, I feel you on that. See, so the next one to me makes sense that they would add it, but I also, if they were to add it, I'd want some major changes because it's too easy of a fight, and that's the Deacons of the Deep. I only say that it makes sense because of how much holy stuff there is in Elden Ring.
Yeah, I agree with the makes sense thing because they're obsessed with like faith and stuff.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, they definitely need a change or like pair it with somebody.
Yeah, like they need to make it a better fight, but it makes sense that they would add it just because of how much fucking faith stuff there is. Like High Lord Volnir. he is just a hard no for
No,
me. So,
that's a no.
yeah. I don't see the fight working in Elden Ring, personally.
I don't see it working, and I just don't want to see it.
Yeah. Now, what about the old Demon King?
Hmm, it's a maybe. Not likely is where I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I don't think he's extremely likely. Now, I think this one's likely, and I want to see him, Pontiff Sullivan. There you go. Because his
Stand
fight.
user, yeah,
What?
stand user.
Yeah. Like, you agree? You just want him to be added?
I would like to see him again, so I
Yeah.
can make more JoJo memes.
See, like, I love him. Like, I think the fight was great, personally. Speaking of fights that I actually liked that I want to see changes to, though, Yorm. We already mentioned him, so.
Yeah, I want to see Yorm, but take away the wind sword.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Like, take away the Storm Ruler and then just let me beat the shit out of his legs and, like, kind of treat it like the one boss from Demon Souls, the one where you have to, like, destroy the armor and the legs in order to knock him down. Like, treat
You
it
mean
like
like the fire
that.
giant too? I would
Yeah.
say fire giant because probably more people know fire giant than they do
Yeah.
uh, anyone.
I honestly can't think of the name off the top of my head right
I
now.
can't either.
How do you feel about Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods?
mm, hmm. I don't know. Because like you would have to put Gwendolyn in there
I mean, you
because
don't
half his
have
fight is
to.
Gwendolyn defending himself.
I mean, you don't absolutely have to put like the Gwendolyn fight in there just because Aldrich is in
No,
there.
I'm saying like Aldrich is like part Gwendolyn because like
Yeah.
Gwendolyn's being eaten alive.
I mean, I think the Aldrich fight's more likely than the Gwendolyn fight, personally, just because, I mean, Gwendolyn teleports in a room, Aldrich teleports around a room, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I want to say not likely.
yeah,
I don't really care too much for it either, honestly.
I get you.
All he does is flail around while Gwen shoots magic arrows.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Next one, we are at the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. This one might have been confirmed, but there was a
I'm
leak
saying
that says
likely.
maybe, but I mean it makes sense to me. So, but you think it's
I already
likely?
said likely, and like if you want to add Vort in there just for like reasons,
No,
then
I'm
sure.
treating bosses as
But
individual, you know. So,
no, I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying like you specifically. I'm just saying like
yeah.
if they wanted to add Vort in with the dancer because the Vort's never far away from the dancer, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And there's like a duo fight, and that'd be like the only way I'm okay with Vort. But I'm fine with the dancer by herself or with Vort if they wanted to go that route.
Yeah. See, I like the Dancer fight. I just don't like the Vort fight. So, I mean, if they do have just the Dancer in there, I'm happy with just the Dancer because I think the Dancer's a cool fight. Now, I'm pretty sure we are both in agreement that this one's probably just it makes sense, but the Dragon Slayer armor, just because it's
It's
Artorias,
Ornstein.
or yeah, not Artorias, but Ornstein.
Yeah, just put it with Ornstein because it's literally just Ornstein.
Yeah, Ornstein Part 3. Now, next one after that is Osiris, the Consumed King. Like, I could see
I
him just because there's a lot of dragon stuff.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I mean, do I really care? No, but I could see it.
yeah. That's why I say like it makes sense that he would be in it because there's a lot of dragon stuff in Elden Ring, so I could definitely see it. But I personally I don't care. Now you already mentioned him once just because of the earlier one, but Champion Gundyr. Do you actually want to see him, or do you think that he's just not
I think
likely?
it's likely.
You
I
think
think
he's
he's
just
likely
likely?
to show up. Yeah.
But like, do you actually want to fight him again? Like, is it a fight that you
I
really care about?
I mean, like I think it's likely that he'll show up because they have the knights. They have like it'd just be another night for them to have like the Crucible Knights are a thing and all the other shit. So like I
Yeah,
think it's a likely thing that could happen. I don't care one way or the other,
yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's like I don't really care about him.
but I could see it being a likely reappearance.
Yeah. Now, how about Lothric, younger prince, and his clingy brother?
Mm,
I
I want
mean,
to say not likely.
yeah, me, I'm just like no, because I don't really care about the fight. But like, I also agree that it's kind of not likely that they'd put him in, because I don't hear a lot of people talking highly of that fight. You know.
Yeah, it's just kind of a so-so fight.
Now, the Nameless King has already been confirmed, and he is in the rightfully already
I'm
confirmed
putting
section.
him. I'm guessing not likely.
Yeah. Personally, I don't care that he's in it because, like, I think the fight was cool, but I never really cared about it that to the greatest extent. Now what about the Ancient Wyvern? Like, I, as the fight stands, don't think that they would put it in just because if they keep the fight the same, it's just I'm gonna run a path and then plummet onto its head.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, like the fight itself is like kind of like it's
It's just
cool,
another gimmick thing.
but yeah, it's just another gimmick. And now we're down to the last boss in the main campaign, the Soul of Cinder. I honestly, I think it makes sense that they'd add it. Just saying,
I say put
but
it with Gwen.
with Gwyn, you don't think it's likely?
Hmm. No.
Okay. Or
So I don't think
well,
that.
Gwyn we had makes sense. So
Well,
like,
I just put it wherever Gwen is.
okay.
Like I said, I just put it wherever Gwen is.
Like I think it just makes sense just because like I feel like they're gonna do something that's like a combination of like them or something. Like, you know, maybe just Gwyn but a better fight, or maybe the Soul of Cinder, but like they add another version of him or something. I don't know.
Well, if they do the Soul of Cinder, they can change up the fighting style anyway to any
Yeah.
of the characters.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how about Sister Freed?
Hmm. Do I want one of my favorite boss fights in there? I'm gonna put.
Oh.
I want.
See, I am in a full agreement on that. Like, I just want the fight as it is because I actually think the fight itself is just really cool. Like, I personally really like it. Now what about the Grave Tender and his Great Wolf?
No. I don't want anything that could possibly ruin the chances of me seeing Artorias and Sifra united and fighting together.
I'm agreeing with you on that one. How about the Demon Prince? Or about the Demon Prince? Like the well, it's the Demon Prince,
Okay with
but it's
that
the
one.
Demon in Pain, Demon from Below, and then they combine to be the Demon Prince or whatever.
I'm good with it.
What you think that you want it?
I would like to see it again, but I don't know if it's likely.
See, I personally like I agree with you on that. Like I want the fight just because a lot of the like a lot of the DLC fights for Dark Souls 3, I really like them. Like I just think that they look really cool and like are
Me
very
too.
cinematic.
I
But
like it. I just don't see it.
I get you. Now this is the only one that's in Dark Souls 3, like the DLCs, I would say, that I'm just going to flat out say no, I don't want it unless they make a lot of changes to it, and that's Half-Light. It's like Half-Light was just supposed to be another one of those someone invades you boss fights. And I just think that that's kind of stupid in the context of Elden Ring, personally. Well, not really Elden Ring, but Nightreign, you know?
I get you.
Like, I feel like if they were to change it to have it be, oh, you fight one of, like a clone of one of you alongside the Half-Light or whatever.
You know what? The Half-Light, the Monk, the Tapestry, all of them, all variants. You know what? I actually am okay with because imagine this: three of you, three of you are playing. One of you gets possessed, and you have to fight your other two friends with ads.
Okay, okay. You know what? I could see that. Because, like, I don't really remember the Half-Light fight that much. Like, I personally don't. Like, it's not really memorable to me because it's like, I just remember it being, oh, it brings in somebody that invades you. You know, that's all I remember from it.
I think if they make that change, where if like it possesses one of the three people, or just a random NPC shows up if you're playing by yourself, I think it'd be pretty cool to like fight your friends and you have some ads.
I get you. I get you.
I would be okay if it was like that. If it was like that, I would be like, you know what? Yeah.
So you want it, but you do want the changes to it.
If it's
Like,
changes, yes. If no changes, then no.
okay. So I'll put it in the changes because you know what? I'll agree with you on that. Like, I think that honestly, that would be make it a lot better if they did make those changes. It'd be cool. But I know you're already a yes on this, and I'm already a yes on this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it. We want it added, which is Dark Eater Midir,
Yes.
because you've already been like, I want Midir, I want Midir. Now, personally, I want this fight too, and that's the last fight of Dark Souls 3, which is Gale.
Slave Night Gale.
Yeah, I personally want him. That or like I just think he's likely just because
I
of
think it's very likely.
like how crazy the fight is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are through Dark Souls 3 now. There we go. We are moving on to my personal favorite of the Souls games, which is Bloodborne.
Not Demon Souls. Okay.
I love Bloodborne. Jeez.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anyone at Game Sandwich or the Discord could tell.
I want Bloodborne too, damn it. I want it. But, okay. So, just one sec. I'm just looking at one other thing because I just had something pulled up. Okay. There we
The
go.
chat or something.
No, I just wanted to make sure that, like, I had Discord slightly covering the chat thing, so just in case, I just wanted to make sure that I could see everything. But, okay, so on the list of Bloodborne, first one, the Cleric Beast. I don't think it's likely. I personally think that there are better fights not Dark Souls, in Bloodborne. But I think it would be cool. I just don't think it's likely, you know?
I want to say not likely.
Yeah. Like, from the context of things, I just don't think it's likely. Now, next one, Father Gascoigne. I think that one's more likely, and I think that he more makes sense because he can turn into a beast. And I think it kind of works in the context of, like, he could use the beast miracles, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how are you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I just don't know. I mean, oh, excuse me. with the whole gun stuff.
I get you. I get you.
I'm
So
gonna say
like,
not likely, but I wouldn't be upset if he was there.
okay. I mean, like I said, like I agree with you on that. Like I don't think it's likely. I want him there, but like I don't think he's likely. The next one after that is Vicar Amelia. I think honestly, of among like
I
the
could see
earlier
it.
game bosses, she's the most likely to appear because she's
I
just
think
full
she could be
beast.
likely.
You think she's likely?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. It's like she's just likely. Um, next one is just a no for me, which is the Celestial Emissary. I don't really care about the aliens. Nor do I think they make sense in Elden Ring.
Is that the spider one?
No, the Celestial Emissary is like the weird aliens with like the bulbous heads that like run around and they're like,
Oh, yeah,
whoa.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I'm just gonna put no for that one.
Yeah, like those ones, like that one is just a no for me just because I don't think the fight works in Elden Ring at all. Now, the next
Ronnie could have
one,
brought him with you.
yeah, maybe. Ronnie could just bring him down. The next one I think is more likely. I think the fight would be like I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it's likely. I like it's more likely than the emissaries. I don't think it's likely in general, nor do I care if the fight's in it, but it is Abritus, daughter of the cosmos.
I was gonna put not likely.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel. It's just I don't think it's likely. Now, this one, I want this one in. I think it makes sense in the context of the game too, and that's the Blood-Starved Beast. Like I personally want to see the Blood-Starved Beast added because I like that fight. I think it's a cool fight, and like I don't know. I think you could do something. Like I think they could do something personally with the arcane thing and like having the blood, like having bleed on it and stuff. Like I think they could give the Blood-Starved Beast like a bleed effect, you know,
We could.
and like I think that would be cool. But how are you feeling on it? Do you like the idea of him being added?
Mm, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be upset if he was there. Don't know. I mean, I put where I'll let you go where he wants to go,
See,
or where you think he should go.
I just want him. That's what I'm putting. Like I'm just putting I want it to be added because that's personally what I want. Next one, I am all for them not being added, and that's the Shadow of Yarnum. That's just the three hooded guys.
Yeah,
Like
I'm good
I
on
don't
that.
think they're gonna add that one. I also
I'm
don't
good
see
on
them.
that.
I also don't see them adding this one, which is Rom, the Vacus spider.
Oh,
Like,
that's the spider guy. Yeah.
yeah, the one that just sits there and just like calls down some magic while you deal with all the little spiders. I don't think he's
I'm gonna,
likely
s-
to be added.
yeah, I'm gonna say nah, nah, dog on that one.
Yeah, I say no. I think the fight, honestly, I feel like they have much better ones that they could do. Same thing with the next one. I feel like there are much better fights that could be added, and that is the Witch of Hemwick, which is such a trivial fight,
Yeah.
and I think it's stupid.
That was just more like a game of hide and seek than anything.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, no. Like, I'm good. Next one on the list is the One Reborn,
Mm,
which, if you don't remember the One Reborn, that's the one that appears near the unseen headstone in Yarnum, like the unseen, or Yarhargle, the unseen village.
No, that one is just
Like, he's giant and he's like a ton of skulls and bones connected together. He's like basically Nito, but like bigger.
yeah, and I want to say no on him.
No? Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna just because I do want to see that one, I'm just gonna put it not likely. So like meet us a little halfway there. Because like I do personally, I would want to see him. Next up is Martyr Logarius. He's the guy that's at the top of the castle of like at the very top of Canehurst Castle. Like sitting on his throne and then he stands up and beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, I could see him. I think he'd be one of the more likely ones, honestly.
Yeah, like I think he makes sense in the context. Like I think he'd be good. The next one I also think is another one that makes sense that I think would be cool to see as well, and that's Dark Beast Parl. Like, how do you feel about the Dark Beast?
I could see him in there.
Okay,
Those little lightning bursties.
exactly. Like I think he kind of makes sense there. Now, next up we have the amygdala or the amygdala.
No,
Okay,
no, I'm just gonna say no for that one.
okay. So hear me out here. I want the fight, but I want to fight like two or three of them at the same time.
I just, I don't see a place for them in
Neither
Elden
do
Ring
I.
Nightreign. I don't even see them matching like design wise.
See, I don't see them matching. I don't see them being likely at all. I just want them because I think they're cool. But you know what? I'll agree with you that they're not likely. But I want them. Just spiritually, I want them because I think it'd be funny to see two or three of them fight me. Um, what about Marigo's Wet Nurse?
No,
Yeah, see that one I'm not feeling either, just because like there's better invisibility fights, and again that one's just like it turns invisible and then like creates clones, and it's
all you
just
hear is a baby crying the whole time. You're just like, oh,
yeah.
shut up.
The next one is just a hard no for me, and I won't accept anything else, and that's Mikolash because I hate him.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
I'm just like I hate Mikolash, and I know that if he was in Elden Ring and all he would do is run around, I'd be like, motherfucker, I just want to beat the shit out of you.
I don't see a place for him.
Yeah, neither do I, but like now, just because the sword always appears in every game, and I'm thinking it might be fun just as a way to like get the sword, or like because like maybe you can unlock it just by defeating that boss or something. But Ludwig the Holy Blade, I kind of really want to see him, and I kind of really want to fight him again because like I think it would be cool to see him, and I think it'd be cool to for that to be like the way to get the like the dark like blade like the Dark Moon Greatsword or whatever. I just think that that would be nice.
I'll let you put him wherever you want, man.
See, I
Because
want
I
him.
don't really care about him.
Okay. See, I want him, but I want him with changes because like I don't want like I just want to fight his Holy Blade form the whole time. Like I just want to fight him with that sword the whole time. Now, next one is another one that I am just like a straight like a flat no on because like I didn't like the fight. I think the fight's kind of weird. I think it doesn't make sense for Elden Ring, and that's the Living Failures. Because like all they are is like they just roam around and smack the ground, and then they like raise their hands and go, "Come down, meteors."
Yeah, that's enough for me. I'm
Now,
gonna say no on them.
how do you feel about the next one, Lady Maria?
100% yes, and I think she's very likely.
Okay, so you want her, huh?
I
Damn.
want her, but I also think she's very likely because you give her like a fucking one girl's twin blade or a rivers of blood.
Oh yeah. You give her two
She's like a
swords
lot of.
and just like let her spew blood everywhere. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
You give her that one twin blade that's like the fire blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense to me.
It does.
I can't
Like,
remember the name of the one twin blade, but you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I know. I definitely like. I 100% want her as well. Now, how do you feel about the Orphan of Kos?
Well, unlike you and Brandon, I don't hate it, and I don't have a hard time beating it, so I'm
Okay,
okay with it.
I
I
have a
don't
hard
think I'm
time
not.
beating it, but I don't hate
I
it.
don't think it's likely. I don't think it's
Yeah,
likely.
I don't think he's likely. I don't hate him. Just so you know, I find him annoying because I have a hard time beating him, but like I don't hate him. I think the fight's cool, honestly.
Yeah, I don't see it very likely.
Now, how about Lawrence? Lawrence
Mm,
is the big beast where you normally would fight Vicar Amelia, but instead you fight him, and he's just the big beast that's like on fire basically the whole time. And then like
yeah.
he gets cut in half, and then is like leaking lava.
I'm gonna go with the not likely on that one as well.
See, I feel you on that one. Like I don't think it's likely. I would not complain about him making an appearance though. Now how about Gammon? I think he's not likely
Mm,
solely because of the gun thing.
in the wheelchair. Well, no, he's not really in the wheelchair, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he gets up from the wheelchair, but
I'm gonna go with not likely.
yeah, like I just feel like he's not likely solely because of the gun thing.
I don't think any of his phases are likely.
Now, this one, honestly, like I feel like if they're gonna go with one of the bosses from like Bloodborne, it'd probably be this one, and that is the Moon Presence. Like I think he kind of makes more sense than the other bosses because he's like one of the most memorable, you know.
I mean, maybe could be.
But I think he's unlikely, but like I feel like he makes sense at the same time. If that makes sense at all.
You think it just makes sense because the whole moon,
Yeah, like I think he makes sense because of Ronnie. And like there is a lot of moon stuff in Elden Ring too.
the whole Raya Lucaria stuff?
Yeah, like I think he makes sense, but that's just that's
Oh, you
just
can put
me.
him at likely if you want.
That's what I'm doing. Like I'm putting him make sense because like you know like I think that he honestly would just with the all the moon symbolism and everything. Now we are on to the last game. We are on to Demon Souls.
Armor Core.
Yes, Armored Core. Now's when we switch. Now's when we switch studios and we just go. Okay, we're going to do every Souls-like game imaginable. Lies of P bosses.
Armor Core it is from Soft.
No, I know that it is. I meant like now we're just gonna switch like game studios as well, and just go. Okay,
I'm
let's
just
do
messing
every Souls-like
around.
imaginable. But
Uh,
okay,
or Demon
I think
Souls.
from Demon Souls, I think this one you said that you did want, if I recall, and that's the Adjudicator,
Yes.
the fat demon with the bird on his head.
Yes.
Like, I do want him.
Now that one, you could definitely like put him in an open field or something, and then you could take advantage of the jump mechanic.
Yeah, you could. And I think that would just be cool. Now, next one, I'm just gonna be like a hard no on, and that's the armor spider, just because of how the boss
Yeah.
is, because it's like at the end of a tunnel, and I feel like the only place that would make sense in all of Elden Ring would just be to put it in one of the like mines, and even then, I don't think that's likely.
Hey, I want to say no.
Yeah. Now, how about the blue dragon?
Yes.
You're done with the
Okay,
dragon, you
you do want the fight?
can safely.
Yes.
Okay, I was like kind of trying to
Yeah.
get like a remembrance on like what he looks like. So I was
Oh, so
like trying
what
to,
was that?
yeah, it was me just trying to get a remembrance of what he looks like. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this one. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say yes. Why not? I like the blue dragon was not one that I remembered fighting. That's why I was like, I just want to look at it so I know. But next up on the list we have the Dirty Colossus.
I want to say no, not likely. I want to say
Yeah,
not likely on that one.
yeah, I'm feeling not likely because I don't know, like the poison gimmick fights. I don't really feel are super likely. Another one I feel like is just a no for me when we get to it is this like Maiden Astria. Like, just kind of feeling just no on her. Now, how do you feel about the Dragon God? I'm assuming you're probably like yes, because it's a dragon.
Yeah, let's do it.
I just
Let's
like
do the dragon.
I want him, but I just like I want him, but I'm putting I want with like we want it with changes only because I don't want the fight how it currently is. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
like run and like shoot him with ballistas to like chain him down and stuff. Like I don't want that. I want to actually fight him.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to beat him up. I want to punch him in
Yeah.
his face.
Even if
I want
it
to be
is
like, come here,
like
bitch.
even if the fight's like the old Iron King where like he's half submerged in lava or something like that and like he's just slamming his fist down, I still would take that over shooting him with ballistas. But how about the Flame Lurker? Because to me, that is of all the bosses in Demon Souls, that is one of the most forgettable bosses.
I was about to say, honestly, I don't even remember this one.
Yeah. The Flame Lurker is like he's literally just like a brute that's on fire. That's like all he is.
Honestly, no, then, because honestly, it's been forever since I played Demon Soul. I haven't even played the remade one yet. I played the like old school like PS3 version,
Yeah.
so
But like
it's
I'm
been
just
a
gonna
long
say
time.
like no. Because like I don't see him being likely and he's very forgettable. Now, how about the Fool's Idol? I don't know if you remember the Fool's Idol or not. I don't. But the Fool's Idol is the one that's like basically just an enemy sitting at the back of an arena, and then you run up, hit it, and then it goes, oh, teleport, and creates a bunch of clones.
It's a no.
Like, I feel like with all the magic they have, that one's a no. Only because, like, I feel like if they were gonna do that, they would probably use what's her face, the lady from the fucking school, you know?
Right, Lucaria stuff.
Yeah, like you know, like I feel like they'd use the boss from the Raya Lucaria Academy. So, like, I don't see a point in her. I don't see a point in the Fool's Idol being added. Now, I do want this one though. Old King Alot. How do you feel about him?
I'd say it's either likely or not likely.
Like, I'm just straight up saying, like, I want him added because I think his fight would just be cool. But
I mean, it
like,
would be cool. I mean, we can put him there. It's just I don't know.
see, I'm putting him there just solely because I do want him added. Like, I genuinely want him added. Of any of the like Demon Souls fights, like he's one of the ones I want the most because I think he would just be cool. Now, how do you feel about the Leechmonger?
Nah, dog.
Yeah, that's how I'm sitting. We have so many more in the no category than I thought we would. I'm just pointing that out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 3. We have like 33 in the no category. That is a lot of bosses in the no.
I mean, not. I mean, not everything's perfect.
Yeah, I know, but
And
most of
I
it's
don't
Dark
know,
Souls
man.
2. most of it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, most of it is Dark Souls 2 bosses. But I'm just throwing that out there. Alright, this is another one that I think is unlikely. I just think this one is not likely. I don't want to say straight up no about it, but that's the Man-Eater. If you remember that one. That one's the Chimera boss. It's like basically like monkey but with a snake tail and wings. Like,
yeah,
it's basically where they got the idea of like, it basically feels like a big version of those one enemies in Elden Ring, like the little Chimera enemies. I literally don't remember the name of them. And it's gonna bug me for not knowing. The Misbegotten enemies. Those enemies.
Yeah, the Misbegotten.
Yeah. It was basically like a Misbegotten, but with a snake tail and wings. And some of the Misbegottens have wings. So...
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, so like I feel like it's not likely just because I feel like they already I know from the beta test or whatever, they do have the Misbegottens in it, and they already have the Misbegotten bosses in it as like world bosses. And so I feel like that even makes it even more not likely, you know?
Getcha.
So I'm just throwing him in not likely. Maiden Astria is just a hard no for me, just because I don't like the fight. I think it's kind of dumb. Do you remember the Maiden Astria fight?
Honestly, do not.
That's the one with the lady sitting really far away in the poison pit, and you either have to kill her from afar or you have to go up and attack her. But like, if you go up to attack her, she has a guy that has a giant hammer with her. And the guy with the giant hammer, I don't remember his name, Garl. That's his name. Like, basically, Garl, like, it's Garl Vinland. That's who he is. Like, he'll attack you with a giant hammer, and it's super easy to parry. And if you kill him and then you talk to Maiden Astria afterwards, then she'll just kill herself because she's like, well, you're gonna kill me anyway. But like, if you just run down to her and kill her, then the boss fight's over. Because like, you can kill her in like 2 hits. So like, her fight is so not that good. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't remember. I don't remember her at all.
I get you.
So I guess we'll put her not likely. Is that where you want to put her?
I'm just going straight no for her because
A straight no.
Yeah, because her fight is terrible. I don't see them bringing her back because so many people complain about her fight.
And I obviously don't remember it.
Yeah, like
it's been so long, but I don't know.
Like, she's the #1 like complained about fight in the entirety of Demon Souls. So like, yeah. Now, do you remember the Vanguard Demon?
I do.
How do you feel about him? I mean, there's 2 of him in the game. Like, there's the one that you fight as part of the tutorial boss, and then there's the one that you fight later on, but he's a normal enemy. Well, not really normal enemy, but like special, you know.
I'm gonna put not likely.
See, that's how I feel about him. I'm just like, I don't see him. Now,
not likely is my choice for him.
So like the next one, I would love to see this boss. I would love to see him return, but I feel like he would be a cakewalk if he were to be added in Elden Ring. just because of his like mechanic, and that's the old hero. Because the old hero is the boss in Demon Souls that's deaf,
Yeah.
and like if you're super quiet, you can attack him from afar and then escape, and then like can be really quiet again, and like he'll just attack random places. I love the fight. I think it's a cool fight, especially because of the sound usage. But like, I don't see them adding him because I feel like they'd have to basically change the whole fight. You know?
Plus, if you do like any of the silencing spells, it just kind of like makes it no challenge whatsoever.
Yeah. Like I feel like it's very I feel like it's very unlikely because of that. And like I was talking to my brother-in-law about it too. Like even if you use the silence spells and stuff, yeah, you could sneak up on him and you could hit him. But like yeah, if you hit him, he could counterattack you. Cool. Well, if you dodge out of that, then it's like automatically now he doesn't know where you're at again. And so it's like it makes it a cakewalk still.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't see it. I don't think it's very likely
Yeah.
for him.
Now, how do you feel about the Tower Knight?
I would, you know what? Might be a wild card on this one. I'd say kind of likely.
Oh, you think that he makes sense, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Like, I think he makes sense too in the context of Elden Ring, just because of like his his look. I mean, he looks the part. Now,
Yeah. I mean, and it kind of fits the whole like knights thing, and it could be like,
yeah. Now, how do you
So
feel
like I said,
about the old monk? Because the old monk is literally just you fighting some random person.
I mean, it's kind of like I was saying before with the other one, like you just get possessed and you fight your teammates with like you get some ads on your side where you get like an extra ability or two.
I
That's what I
get
was saying,
you.
like the monk, the cloth, and any all that, like all variations of that fight. I feel like it could work with the change of
Yeah,
like if you're playing in a group of three, like one of your friends gets possessed and you have to fight your friend,
I get you.
and then so that I could see that.
I mean,
Um,
my
if
only
it's
concern
like
is
no
like
change, then no.
what like my only concern is what stops you, like if you're possessed, what stops you from just standing there and just letting your teammate kill you, you know? Unless it auto attacks for you and auto does everything. Cuz like if you still have control of your character, then you can just choose to just stand there and not, you know, not do anything.
Well, I would definitely fight my friends because I think that'd be a fun mechanic and thing in there,
I mean, I would
and it could
too,
be like
but you know, for
let's
the
say,
sake of
all right,
progression.
you want incentive? Fine, here's your incentive. If you're the one who gets possessed, you get extra rewards if you beat your friends.
Okay, you know what? I like that. But I mean, if you beat your friends and that automatically means they fail, I just feel
So
like, if
I I just want it to be that way. You're the one who wanted all the extra incentive bullshit.
yeah, I mean, because you need incentive to want to fight your friends. So like, but like I could see it. I could see it then like you fight them and you get to keep your rewards basically. And meanwhile, like if you beat them, you keep your rewards. But if they beat you, then nothing changes, you know? I think that would be a fun mechanic. And I think that'd be a fun way to change it. Now, Andrew, how are you feeling about getting penetrated? By the penetrator, that is.
Mm.
Like, I think he makes sense only because, like, he does play that part of, like, another knight, you know?
I'm trying to. I'll go with that. Oh yeah, I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I mean, he literally is just another knight. So,
Could be one of like the minor ones,
yeah. Like,
the
that's why I
minor
said, like,
bosses.
he makes sense for that, like in that context. How about the phalanx?
No.
See, that I was kind of feeling that.
No.
I was kind of
Definitely
feeling
not.
that. Now we got 2 more bosses left. We have the red dragon,
Yes.
because all dragons are a yes. And now the last one, I don't want personally. I'm just like a no on it, and it's the like, and it's because it's the same fight as Yorm, but like, there's no way to change it to make it good, and that's the Storm King. Because the Storm King is literally just him flying around, and you have to use the Storm Ruler to even be able to reach him. So,
Unless I don't know. Unless they like make him like an arena fight and he's like on the ground.
yeah, which that one I don't see because he's just basically a giant manta ray.
I mean, they could do like some Uthduna stuff.
What,
Make
just
him
have him
flop around on the ground.
flop? He just flops.
Pull a Magikarp and do splash.
That would be funny. But like I said, like, I don't think
I
he's
don't think it's
likely.
likely. I
And
don't think it
I
is.
think it's like a no for me in that I think he's just kind of dumb. Like, I think the fight honestly is kind of stupid, but yeah.
I don't think
But
it's
oh well.
likely, honestly.
Well, we have managed to make it through all of the bosses. We already know that there's 3 confirmed, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in total that we want to be added. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 that we want, but with changes. So, not bad, not bad. So, 19 plus 16, that's what, like 35 or something. So, there's 35 bosses that we want in total. For makes sense, we have 11, that's 22, 23 on the list on for makes sense or like, likely. And then for not likely, we have that's 33, 34, 35. We have 35 that we don't think are likely, and then for just no, we have 33, 35, 36. Oh wait, no, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 in total that are a no. Which
More than you thought.
among all of them, I did not think that straight no would be the biggest tier, Like, I didn't think that one would have the most, but it does.
What'd you think it was?
I thought
What'd you think it would be?
not likely would be the biggest, which it almost was.
It just shows that we're haters.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It shows like, and of these, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are from the original Dark Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4 that are from Dark Souls 3. Oh wait, no, sorry, 5 that are from Dark Souls 3. My bad. 5 that are from Dark Souls 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are from Bloodborne. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are from Demon Souls. And then from Dark Souls 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. So there's a nice jump from 7 to 13.
I mean, personal opinion, that could be considered fact, maybe. Dark Souls 2 is just booty cheeks. It sucks.
I mean, Dark Souls 2 is
not good.
Like, I don't think it's terrible. Like, by all means, I don't think it's like actually terrible. But I don't think that it's like good either. Like, I think it's like in the middle and it's okay to play, but there's certainly better to play.
I mean, What's the one that has the most for we want it? Or
The
like the
one.
positive ones?
Okay, so for want to be added, just straight want to be, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 from Dark Souls. Uh, 2 from Dark Souls 2, because we have Veldstadt and we have the Ancient Dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Dark Souls 3, 2 from Bloodborne, and then 4 from Demon Souls. So, I mean, for 3 of the games we have 4. So, there you go. And then for one, but with changes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Dark Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from 6, 7, 8 from Dark Souls 2, actually. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 from Dark Souls. No, sorry. 3 from Dark Souls 3, 1 from Bloodborne, and then 2 from Demon Souls. So we actually have the most for Dark Souls 2 as well on the list. But you could argue as well that 2 of those, like one of those is because it's the same boss. So like the Smelter Demon, because it's 2 Smelter Demons. And then one of those is also the 3 tigers or whatever. So it's like if you condense those down to 1 each, then then it's like tied with Dark Souls. But
I get you. Was the list anything you thought it would look like?
um, somewhat in some regard yes, in some regard no. Like so, I was honestly thinking that you would have like I was honestly thinking that you might lean more towards wanting more Bloodborne bosses than you did.
I mean, I want a few. It's just I don't really see a place for a lot of them
I get ya.
because a lot of them are like alienish.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the beast ones, I could see more than like all the alien ones.
Oh, same. Same.
And there's not really much alien stuff really. And I mean, you got like Astel and like the Elden Beast, but like other than that, you
Yeah.
don't really got anything.
I mean, coming from the
That's like
stars,
Eldritch
you
Horror
have,
stuff.
like you said, you have Astel, you have the other one, and then you have like the Falling Star Beast, and then you have Radon, who technically came from the heavens or something, or the stars.
He was like blocking off the stars or whatever. He was like
Yeah.
stopping them.
So like really you have like and you have Ronnie, so it's like you have 4 things in total. If you don't count all the duplicates. But like you have like 4 things in total that are like from space. So it's like there's not much for
Well, like
space.
Ronnie's not really from space, and Radon's
Well,
not really from space.
Ronnie's like themed, like themed for space, I guess,
Oh,
cuz like
so that's what you mean. Okay.
that's what I meant, like themed kind of around it.
Okay.
But then when you think of beasts, there's like a lot of beast stuff in it. And like,
Yeah.
there's a whole
Especially
thing
with
on
like
incantations.
the misbegottens and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got the I can't think of the name of it right now. You got the what Homeboy did, the grafting. You got a bunch of the grafting stuff
Oh yeah.
that could like kind of work well with the beast
Yeah, yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah, the grafted and stuff.
Well, that's how Moon Knight Ludwig could go. It could be like kind of like a grafted kind of like
Yeah.
beast, sort of.
Thank you. Yeah, he could
'Cause he's like
totally
a
be
weird.
one of the grafted ones.
He's like a horse man beast thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a point for your Moon Knight guy.
Thank you. See, like I just like the idea of Ludwig being in it, especially because the like Dark Moon Greatsword, like I feel like it'd be cool to see him wielding it. That or see him wielding just a different version, like maybe have 2 Dark Moon Greatswords, but one be the actual like Great Moon sword or whatever, and one being the Dark Moon sword, you know? Like one light side of the moon and one dark side of the moon. One. I think that'd be cool.
You want Ronnie's and his?
Yeah. Like I think it'd be cool to have like both, like a light and a dark.
I don't know. But then again, I'm also not super invested in Bloodborne as you are.
I get you. I just also am surprised by the number of Dark Souls bosses that we either put in make sense or are not likely. But also, like, with talking about them, it makes more sense. But, like, you know, like, for instance, like, Gwendolyn and, like, doing Quelaag. Like, I expected you to be like, yes, Quelaag, I want that. I want her.
I mean, I like Quelaag, but, like, it doesn't make sense. Especially with, like, 3, they were all, like, the final sister was turned, and they were all, like, fused into the walls and, like, set into place and stuff.
No,
so it was like, I don't know.
I get you.
I mean, like, I like her and stuff. I think she's a cool fight, and her, like, little lava sword, and she reminds me of, like, Phantom from, Devil May Cry a bit.
I get you.
So I like her. It's just I don't know. There's more things that make sense and fit better.
I am for sure going to upload our tier list to the Discord. That way people can chat about it if they like Dark Souls. But
I mean, you might as well put it on the Game Sandwich website.
I mean, I could. Shameless plug.
There you go.
Inserted.
There you go, man. And then you can have like a discussion on the website. You could even post the results on the YouTube page and be like, what's your thoughts? You could like be like old school YouTube and like somehow find a way to pin a picture in the comments and like on a popular Dark Souls streamer thing and be like, or like YouTube creator and be like, you think their stuff's cool? Look at our graph. Put some Nickelback in the background somehow. Look at this graph.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it and just say, hey, we did a good job. It did actually take a full 2 hours to do this, so yeah.
I mean, I figured it would be like quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way this is going in video unless it's like multi like parts.
I get you.
That's the only way I could see it being a video. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you all for like just joining and just watching. There was nobody who chatted, but unfortunately, but oh well. But thank you for tuning in, catching it. I mean, we did have viewers on YouTube, so a special thanks for all the people on YouTube who showed up and watched. And we
Can't
hope
wait
that
for
you
the
have
YouTube comments to call us stupid.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that somebody will say something about it. Be like, how dare you hate on this one specific boss that I really liked? And it's like, hey, people have different opinions.
Dark Souls 2.
Bed of Chaos is the greatest boss ever designed. You don't understand the complexity of him.
I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks, man.
Well, have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.
So long. Auf Wiedersehen.